All right, I'm going to show you here a video that is like the perfect storm of the most perverted anti-vax insanity combined with the continued absurdity and hypocrisy of Fox hosts who work for a company that has a stricter vaccine policy than what Joe Biden outlined a couple of weeks ago, continuing to gin up their audiences by giving airtime to the wackiest, most unhinged anti-vaccine and anti-science voices. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about comedian Jim Breuer and Fox News host Tucker Carlson. You have to see this to believe it. As Huffington Post writes, I love this headline: Saturday Night Live's goat boy, meaning Jim Breuer, rants about the beast barks like a seal in a wild anti-vax rant. Now, there's two elements to this. First, it's the nonsense that Jim Breuer says. Second, it's Tucker nodding along and saying right and praising Jim Breuer for saying this stuff. And then in addition to that, the Fox audience who thinks, wow, Tucker's really standing up for what he believes is right. Fox News not only requires vaccination or testing otherwise. If you're not vaccinated, you've got to test every day at Fox. Remember, Biden said every week. You got to test every day at Fox, and you got to wear masks as well. That's stricter than so Tucker works there, but on air, he does the anti-vax apologia. So let's get right into it. This is crazy. Breuer seems out of his mind.
But the principle remains. If you can force people to get the vaccine, what can't you do?
Right.
That's a question that Jim Breuer appears to be thinking about. He's a comedian. He just announced he's not performing at any venue that requires patrons to be vaccinated.
That's the gist of this, that Jim Breuer said, I'm canceling shows where the venue says everybody's got to be vaccinated. And now he's a hero.
Joins us tonight to explain why. Jim Breuer, thanks so much for coming on. Interesting that you did this. It caught our attention. Why? Tell us. I'll be quiet as you explain why you did this.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I got a lot of feedback from a couple venues that I was playing, and my fans were really upset. They said, I'm not comfortable with getting a COVID shot, and now they're saying I can't come see you perform unless I do that. And I looked into it, and that's the last thing you should be doing is going, hey, you want to come see like feeding the seal, the fish. Hey, you want to come see a concert?
That's funny, guys. He's barking like a seal. The point is better because he's barking.
Here, catch the fit. Why would you do that? Why would you? I don't want any of my fans forced to come laugh and they got to get a shot in them.
Okay. So as much as Jim Breuer might love it for people to be forced to go to his show, no one's being forced to do anything. It's comedy is optional. Okay. If they don't want to get a shot, then they don't have to go to the show. They can go to a different show, or they can look at his clips online, or they can do it. Nobody's being forced to go to comedy shows at all. As much as Jim Breuer might love it if it was mandatory to go to his comedy, it's not.
And honestly, Tucker, I got to be honest with you. What really started my video was there's a new narrative, and the new narrative is the unvaccinated are the beast. Kill the beast. This program.
And notice Tucker says exactly. That's an idea Tucker's been pushing. He did it with some candidate on his daytime show where the guy said, I think the left wants to kill the unvaccinated. And Tucker's like, absolutely.
Goes on forever. Kill the beast. The beast is the unvaccinated. Kill them. And when our leader.
You can tell his comedy's really funny.
Put that out there and pointed the finger like we're the demons. I'm not vaccinated. I had COVID. You're not going to tell me about my body. I know my body. I know my morals. I know my faith. You don't come telling me and threaten me and everyone else as if we're the demons.
So at this point, we're not even on planet Earth. You don't come threaten me as if I'm the demon. What he's talking about is Biden said, if you have over 100 employees, they should be vaccinated or test weekly. And then venues are legally able to require vaccines if they want to. Jim Breuer is at demons and faith and all these different things.
Two close friends right now, fully vaccinated, and they got COVID.
Yeah.
And they're both sick. So This is not about safety, because if it was, you'd, just like you said and I said in my video, eat more fruit, take care of your body.
Now, remember, there is no evidence that eating fruit prevents COVID. I guess they're alluding to if you're generally healthier, overall, your risk of death is lower from all causes. But that's not specific to COVID.
Go to the gym. I've been saying that forever. You would have thought I called people savages for doing that. But this is where we're at as society. And the greatest thing, I have to be honest with you.
Please.
I'm so blessed because 95% of people, I was just saying it to be honest, Tucker, one message after the other was, thank you. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you. I feel terrible. I'm a fireman, and they want me to get vaccinated. I don't want to get vaccinated. My child, I know someone, my hand to God.
So is it obviously a lie because you said hand to God? I don't know.
And it was the last vaccine push. Their child, 5 years old, vaccinated, when paralyzed.
Okay. Who's vaccinating 5-year-olds? Am I missing something? Has the vaccine been approved for 5-year-olds? Who is this 5-year-old that got a vaccine? Were they part of a trial?
From the neck down, and I do a benefit for him every year.
Oh, I guess this. This is more. So he's saying some other vaccine paralyzed a kid. Is that the claim now?
So when I hear people going, "Oh, you don't know that," no, you don't.
Okay, so a bizarre rant, barking like a seal in opposition to vaccination. There is Jim Breuer, and that's pretty scary because he's an entertainer, and all sorts of people just see what he says and they love it. They love it and they just accept it. So that was going on, and Tucker Carlson absolutely loving it and praising it. One of our sponsors is CuriosityStream, the only subscription streaming service that focuses exclusively on documentaries. If you love documentaries the way I do, you're missing out if you don't have a subscription to CuriosityStream. I love it for one reason. It has the biggest, best selection of documentaries that you'll find anywhere, including the newest popular ones that everybody's talking about. And most of it is stuff you really can't find on other streaming services. Last month, they added a ton of great new documentaries to the library. One I watched is Brimstone and Glory, about a pyrotechnic festival in Mexico. Random, but fascinating. CuriosityStream is giving my audience 25% off, meaning you can subscribe for just $15 a year. Not a big price tag relative to the hours and hours of enjoyment I know you will get from CuriosityStream. Just go to curiositystream.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.